I'm Earl Stewart. I welcome you to Earl Stewart on Cars Mystery Shopping Report. Mystery Shop of Ed Morse, Delray, Toyota. Speaking in the first person, if I were Agent Lightning. I arrived in the evening and noticed a salesman sitting outside as I walked into the dealership. Tried not to make eye contact with him, but he smiled real big, asked me if there was anything he could do to help me this evening. I said I was just checking out the hybrid Sequoia and pointed to the one parked right by the front door. He replied, "Okay, great. Would you like me to get the keys for you?" I replied, "Yes, as long as it's available." He started to walk away, but then turned around with his hand extended, introduced himself as Ernie. Shook my hand, said he'd be right back with the keys. I looked for the Monroney label, but couldn't find it. Here we go again. Okay. Can't find the Monroney label. So I opened the passenger door and saw it, along with an addendum, the infamous addendum. They were both on the passenger seat. Both were laminated with plastic. Federal law says that you have to have the Monroney label affixed by the manufacturer when the car is built, and it must remain stuck to that windshield or window until the customer removes it when they buy it retail. That's the law. The penalty is $1,000 per offense.
It's death.
And it's no, I've never heard of anyone being penalized. So
that's probably why they're laminating it.
The problem, we had a caller earlier that says, "I don't know why we need more federal laws." Well, he's right. We don't need more federal laws. We need to enforce the ones we already got. MSRP for the new 2023 Toyota Sequoia Platinum Hybrid was $80,331. MSRP, that's pretty hefty. $80,331. The addendum added $6,488 to the price for the Ed Morse safety package. Ed Morse has got your back. Or $6,488 for their safety package.
Safety package.
Which included...
what's in a safety package?
Here we go. This is what's worth $6,498. Wheel locks and antiviral treatment. This is a carryover from COVID, but he's keeping the antiviral treatment. The addendum also disclosed a $999 dealer fee.
That's a positive thing.
Which was not in the $6,488.
No, that's additional.
As promised, Ernie returned just a few minutes and asked if I wanted to go on a longer test drive on Highway 95 or just locals, stating that if we stayed local, we wouldn't need to get a plate. I said I'm not good going on 995 during rush hour, so off we went without a plate. Ernie went over all the safety features of the Sequoia while I drove and was quite knowledgeable. We drove down US 1 for a while and then headed back to the dealership. We pulled in. He asked me what I thought and how soon I was looking to buy the car. I said I really liked it a lot. I love my hybrid I have now. He didn't ask what I was driving. I was curious. So he just wanted to know if I was going to be trading in a car. I said no, I needed an additional car. I said, one thing I don't like is a hefty markup. Ernie said they could work with me on that since they're approaching the end of the month and have quotas they need to meet. So right away, he agreed to haggle. I smiled and said, great. I'd like to see what it would cost me then. We headed back inside and noticed that they had the same identical Sequoia on the showroom floor, surrounded by big one-day sales event signs all around it. We walked over to a table where Ernie pulled out the chair for me to have a seat, asked for my license and phone number. He then inquired if I was looking to lease or purchase. I said purchase. He excused himself to speak with his manager and returned a few minutes later with a worksheet and went over the figures, the infamous worksheet. They all use them. Top line labeled market value selling price was the MSRP, $80,331. I hate it that they use selling because a selling price is what you sell the car for, and this is not what they're going to sell the car for.
That's worse.
They added the Ed Morse safety package, which brought the total to $86,819. To the total purchase price, which, as I just said, is not the purchase price, they added $291 in taxable fees, which are more junk fees, a $999 dealer service fee, junk fee, and inflated $789 in non-tax fees. Bottom line, I'm out of breath here. The bottom line out the door price was $94,210. I asked about them working with me on the price, and he said, well, this car could actually be sold at auction for much more.
That is true.
That's why it's marked up so much. And there's some truth, not much, but car dealers can sell new cars now at auctions for over MSRP, depending on the make and model. It used to be almost commonplace when it was really intense, and there were virtually no cars available, but not so much anymore today. That's why it's marked up so much. He said, this is a starting price. How soon are you wanting to buy? I said, well, I'd like to finalize this tonight, but definitely not with that markup, plus the $999 dealer fee. He then asked what price I would buy at tonight. I replied, well, I'm not even wasting my husband's time because I already know the answer, so give me your best price, and then I'll decide from there. He asked if I have my own financing or if I'll be using theirs. I said, likely we'll go through your financing here. And it doesn't say this in the shopping report, but I'm sure his heart started to beat a little faster.
Skip the beat.
A little smile on his face, and I just made that up. But they want you to finance because they make more money financing sometimes than they do selling. Ernie excused himself again, returned a few minutes later after chit-chatting with the sales manager. This is a sales manager. Ernie tells me, you're willing to buy now if we can remove the markup. This is really, really surprising when I read this. I said, well, I'll definitely have a serious discussion with my husband. He then said, okay, I'll take it off if you buy right now. I mean, that's a lot of money, right? I replied, well, you put that in writing. He then took his pen out. This is a sales manager at Morse, Delray, Toyota, and wrote minus $6,488. So they came down enormously. I said, I'm going to step outside and try to reach my husband. Now she's worried about how am I going to get out of here? Because Agent Lightning had to be surprised too.
Yeah.
Ernie walked out with me, and I acted like I just saw the big ones.
Big one sales event.
And then asked him about that. He smirked and said, we're a dealership. We always have big sales going on to attract customers. I laughed, said, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by taking this deal if I could save you more money. He replied, I can always present any, boy, you got it. This guy was really willing to work.
I like this phrase. It must have been in
They
his
came down
repertoire.
$6,488, and he's still willing to come more. I mean, I wish Agent Lightning had stayed to see how far they would have gone.
Well, because these Sequoia hybrids aren't flying off the shelves. I mean, it's a very low production vehicle.
Anyway, I thanked him as Agent Lightning and then walked the other way to leave. So there we have it.
I'm going to give him a C minus.
Right?
I'm going to say a C minus.
Okay. Nancy?
I give the mystery shop of Ed Morse Toyota in Delray an F.
I'm going to give him a C because I think that's very average, especially for South Florida. As a matter of fact, if you're a haggler and a negotiator and you don't mind going through all that Agent Lightning went through, you can probably negotiate a pretty good price at Ed Morse. They come down pretty quick. It's old school, traditional haggle hassle, and that is average, and that's a problem. So yeah, I'm going to give them a C. And you say I would recommend you go down there if you're a good negotiator. Hi, this is Earl Stewart. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to be notified of new videos that we post to our YouTube channel, simply click on the subscribe button and the bell icon in the lower right-hand side of the screen.